Hello! You are watching your first episode of LoweTivation Hiking Solo, episode 0. I wanted to start making hiking videos, and I'm going to be making videos with groups of hikes, but I like to do solo hikes every once in a while. Put the headphones on and just kind of run through the forest, or I guess walk fast. I can't really run right now. Anyway, I was thinking about today's hike. I think I did Woodburn Falls over here on the Lacamas Lake. So I'm all sweaty and red and whatever. I think it's clear from all the other videos I've made that I don't really care how I look. I just want to get my message across. So anyway, I wanted to give some tips to other hikers out there or people that are thinking about getting into hiking. I am not a professional, so definitely look online, talk to people who are professionals at being outdoors and hiking and things like that. I am just giving my tips on what I've done by throwing myself out into hiking and just the little tips that I've noticed while being out there. More specifically, I'd like to talk to my overweight friends or anybody who's dealing with some sort of a health issue of some sort and wants to get out there, or maybe you think that, you know, you're too large or too out of shape to go out to do a hike or walk on the streets or whatever. That's the very first tip, the very first step that I was thinking about. And I just want to let you know that I started walking on the streets when I was 600 pounds. And dealing with self-image issues as I have, and just, you know, people driving by and throwing things at me or calling me a fat fuck and just certain things. I understand that it hurts and it's embarrassing and it's hard to imagine yourself out there, especially if you are kind of like a hermit, you know, and you put yourself out there and you're afraid to do it. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. There's people driving around everywhere. I'm always in a parking lot or in my car because I'm always trying to get out and do stuff and trying to get out and hike and stuff like that. So anyway, I know that it's hard to get out there, especially if you are a lot larger or any kind of issue that you may have. But I'm telling you, a lot of that has to do with yourself. It doesn't have to do with the people that are out there, because you know what? At the end of the day, those people aren't coming home with you. Those people aren't in your head, and those people are not putting that work in that you are to try to work towards your happiness or try to just do what you're doing, you know? Anyway, so I would say just, it's hard, but you got to get out there. That's the first step, is the more that you do it, because it was really hard for me when I first did it, but the more that I did it, the easier it becomes and the happier you become, because you're proud of yourself for going out there and doing the hard work, and you're proud of yourself for just, you know, just breaking through that society thing. I'm sorry, I'm very tired and very distracted by this parking lot. I'm much like a dog or something when things are moving around. I don't know if you notice that my eyes move around a lot when I'm making these videos. I'm just very, very distracted. Anyway, my point is that if you're bigger and you're afraid of what people will think, another thing to think about is a lot of people that are hiking are really, really nice. You know, there's something to it that they're usually really happy and they say hello, and a lot of people are not out to get you. They're actually excited that you're out and you're working on you, or you're, you know, getting in touch with nature, whatever you're doing. Most of the people I've come across, and I've hiked a lot, have been really, really helpful. Especially if you're lost or something, or no matter what, most of the time they're encouraging and they're happy that you're out there, and they're happy to be out there too. So I know that it can be scary, but it's something, hiking is just something that I hold so close to myself. And I hope that, you know, if you've been afraid to do it, I hope you just go out there and do it. And if you live close anywhere near me and you'd like to go with me sometime, and you don't want to do a group hike, you know, because you're having some anxiety, I'm willing to do a partner hike with you and take you, because I'm no professional. So I'm not going to run off without you. I'm not going to get mad if you're going slow, because I'm going pretty slow myself. Let's see. Some other tips that I can give if you're looking into hiking. If you're going to go solo, definitely let somebody know where you're going. It's always just a good idea. Maybe even just post it on your social media, but text it to somebody. let someone know where your starting point is. That way, if you don't come home and people know that you went hiking, at least they know where to start so they can find you in case you get injured or whatever else may happen. Research. Definitely research where you're going to go hiking. Sometimes I get excited and I don't, and then I regret it. And this one is for my overweight friends. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to try to figure out, I would love to make a TV show or something where I start off overweight hiking and just kind of give my tips. And then like as the show goes, you see me losing all this awesome weight and just giving hints and tips on just certain trails all across the world. That would be amazing. Maybe I'll look that up. Anyway, but for my bigger friends, please research, because the trails, there's so many websites and so many communities online that help out with all the trails. They give you ratings, but I will tell you right now, as a fat man, just be careful, because even the easy hikes, I don't know who's making this. I think they're all skinny people, but I've been on some easy hikes and they were not so easy. High inclines, high mileage. So just be careful. Look at how high the incline can get and just look how long the hike could be. And just read comments, and you got to do a lot of research in the beginning, you know, just to be careful and research wear the appropriate attire. You don't know if it's going to be extremely hot. You don't know if it's going to be cold. I try to bring anything, like I dressed that it was going to be hot, and then I have like a jacket in case it's going to rain, because I'm in the Pacific Northwest and you never know what the fuck is going to happen out here. Dress accordingly. Good hiking shoes are trail shoes. They have good grip, and they're just good support for your feet for going over rocks and things like that. Just be safe, please be safe. This goes for, I was thinking about it today. A lot of hikes have animals, you know, we're in their territory. So there's going to be bears sometimes. I'm not trying to scare you, but some places might have animals in it, and you just got to be careful. For instance, there were, I think, people somewhere, I can't remember where, but they were feeding bears in the wild. And it's just so fucked up, because they ended up having to kill this bear, because if the bears get comfortable and they're always like, where's food? And then one day, you know, you're hiking out there and you don't have food, and the bear's like, what's up, bitch? And then he eats you. So it's an extreme example, but I'm just saying, be careful, be cautious, do your research, look up the websites. A lot of websites will update you on what's going on with the trail. I mean, you might be wanting to do a favorite trail or a certain trail. It might be closed right now. Trees might be falling over on it. Some idiots might start fires. You never know. So just research and look ahead before you go on a trail. And like I said, wear the proper attire. Definitely, if you're going to be doing a hike on a hot day, no matter what kind of hike you're doing, just try to be hydrated. I mean, it's always good to be hydrated always, but definitely don't go on a long hike without any water. Be hydrated. Make sure you have some snacks. And once again, this goes to anybody, but also to my bigger friends. Don't be embarrassed if you're on a hike with people that are advanced, or even if there's just people around and you need to take a break. If you want to stop, take a look at the scenery. Everywhere you're hiking is beautiful. The world is amazing. So if you need to take a minute to catch your breath, if you need to take a minute to sit down, even if there's a lot of trails have chairs and benches, but the world is is your chair. So find a rock, pop a squat, you know, take a rest if you need it. Don't push yourself over the edge. And that's another tip also. Hiking is a really good exercise. Today I might have pushed it a little too hard. I did about over 4 miles, and the incline was crazy. And it's hard for me because I have this skinny person soul, but then I have this body on the outside. So I'm going to pay for it tomorrow, but just be smart, be safe, watch out. Some hikes have some really high cliffs. So please be careful. A lot of them don't have any kind of safety nets or anything like that. I mean, you're out in the nature, so just be careful if you're bringing pets or children. A lot of people die every year because they don't pay attention and they feel like they're invincible. But I'm telling you, it just takes one slip, one trip. And I know I'm kind of an asshole for saying that because I have an addiction to going over the edge and looking over cliffs and stuff like that just from the adrenaline rush. But I'm telling you, when I do that, I have really good footwear and I'm being as safe as possible. As dumb as that sounds, I'm just saying, pay attention to your surroundings, but don't be afraid of what other people think, you know? Don't hinder yourself. Don't put yourself in this prison of unhappiness when you can go out there and enjoy the world. Hiking is so much fun, such a good way to lose weight, and I really hope that you get into it. If you have any questions, please message me, and maybe let's go on a hike or something.